Yeah, I love going to sports and concerts. It's the kind of dude I am. What about you, Toby?
Yeah, I like sports too.
But, it's confusing when you try and look for tickets. Because other ticket sites, other than the one I'm about to talk about, they don't want you to know about stuff. Let's start over.
Man, I wish you would have kept going because that was so stupid. Oh my god. Okay. SeatGeek. Take 2.
Are you going to do the sound effect again or no?
No,
It's too
I'll
hard.
just add it in.
Okay. Hello and welcome to Htwow May 2018. Before we get to the hot tunes and all of the drunken banter, want to draw some attention to our beloved sponsor, the sponsor of all the podcasts on the Htwow network. That is SeatGeek. Toby, you and I, we go to a lot of shows and a fair share of sporting events.
Sure.
And both of us have personal experiences with SeatGeek. We have actually purchased tickets on SeatGeek.
It's so easy. It's completely different from what you've done recently.
Yeah, it really is easy because you can shop multiple sites at once. You can get a grade on every seat so you can see the value of the seat that you are interested in purchasing. It's the first place I go to look for tickets for a game or concert. You can download the app to your phone. You can go to SeatGeek.com and use it on your desktop. I bought my tickets to go to the Red Sox and White Sox game that I'm going to go see in Boston.
You could see your view.
Yeah, you can see what the view is from that vantage point of those tickets, so you know exactly what you're getting. It's really making life easier for sports and music fans. They do the price comparison for you. They make sure you get the right bang for your buck. And because you listen to this podcast and because you're fans of Htwow, we're going to get you $20 off of your first purchase. What you need to do is download the SeatGeek app, go to the settings tab and add a promo code. Enter the promo code OLDWAVER, OLDWAVER. When you do that, you get $20 off your first purchase. It's that easy. You just need to download the app or you can do it on your desktop. Go to SeatGeek.com. Just punch in a show that's coming up that you're interested in. Punch in a game if you're still into the Rangers, or maybe if you want to look ahead to the Cowboys season. Just punch in a game, see what they have available. You'll be blown away by the value that you can get using the SeatGeek app.
You're doing great.
And the end.
SeatGeek. Why not?
The pier's name was Hobbes, after Calvin and Hobbes.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
And
Was that because of the peeing on stuff? Like when people have Calvin peeing on a Ford?
No, it had nothing to do with the bumper sticker. It was just a coincidence.
Okay.
And the other one was Daisy, I believe was her name.
Daisy was the mean one?
Yeah, Daisy was the mean one. God, she was a bitch. Hated that cat.
Oh, man.
number 11. May 2018, kind of, barely. We made it in under the wire. Thank you, Htwow listeners, for tuning in for yet another fabulous edition of your favorite music and beer podcast. Featuring myself, Dave Lane, also known as Gen X Davey in the Ticket World, also known as Old Waver on Twitter. And with me, as always, is High T, otherwise known as Toby Pipes.
Hello, Dave.
Toby Pipes on Twitter.
Are you feeling better? I mean, you had a rough go of it today. You got here late.
I had a very arduous day.
Are you back in the game?
Yeah, 45 was closed. I had to get off the highway and go a very roundabout way, and then it started raining, and I thought I was gonna die.
Did you do you Waze it?
Yeah, totally Wazed it, bro.
Okay. Do you trust the Waze?
Not always, but I've been burned not trusting it. Like, I thought I knew better, and then went smack dab into a traffic jam.
Yeah, it's usually worked out for me. I have to be honest.
But yes, we are at Toby's home studio in College Station, Texas, to bring you the May 2018 episode of Htwow. If you have not listened to this before, it's a song swap and a beer swap. So I bring 3 songs, Toby brings 3 songs, I bring a beer, and Toby brings a beer. And we encourage you to drink along because it'll probably make this podcast better.
A little bit more tolerable.
I have the first selection of the day, and I've had this before, and I think it's pretty good, but I don't know. I'm curious to see what you think.
Where'd you pick this up?
I picked it up at a Siegel's or something. I did remember to grab something before I left town this morning. Well, before I don't even want to get into my ordeal today.
Yeah.
But it's a brand new beer from Community Beer Company, which is a Dallas brewery. They're right there off of 35, right across from the American Airlines Center, right next to the Mavs' new practice facility.
Man, how many can there be?
And Community, their flagship is the Mosaic IPA. But this is their, I don't know, it's labeled a funky IPA. It's called Brett's Get It On. It's got kind of a 60s psychedelic motif.
Yeah, it looks like it would have been in, what's the older brother on the Brady Bunch? Greg?
Oh yeah, Greg Brady's, when he got the attic.
Yeah, when he had the...
Well, didn't he have the den, and then he had the attic?
Yeah, he had the dad's home office.
Right.
And then he moved up to the attic, and he had the
beads?
Yeah, I was about to say, I think that might have been the first time I saw a beaded door in action. Is that what it was on his door, not his closet?
Right, yeah. It was the entry to his attic bedroom.
Yeah. I mean,
he totally cracked the window and smoked weed in that attic.
There was a lot of behind-the-scenes Brady Bunch stuff, right? Between...
About cast members hooking up and stuff?
Yeah, wasn't Greg with the mom at some point?
Yeah, I seem to remember that.
I don't know.
Why don't you Google it?
I don't care enough about it.
How do you feel about Brett's Get It On?
I like it a lot more than I thought I would because of the...
You're not into the label?
It's cool. It looks really craft beery, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you see this in the supermarket.
Yeah, because it looks very hand drawn.
Right.
You got to do something to stand out on the shelf,
Community, but it does. It's good.
Yeah, it's got a little bit of the danky, funky taste.
It's
more
nice.
So than the Mosaic one.
It's nice that you threw it in the freezer right when you got here.
Yeah, well, it was sitting in my car all day, so it needed a kickstart.
Maybe this funky beer, because it says that, right?
Yeah, funky IPA.
Maybe it will get you out of your funk, Dave.
I know. I was worried. I told you that I thought maybe we should record this tomorrow, but we really don't have time to do it tomorrow because I've got to head back and do more crap.
Yeah, and I think people want us to have a few drinks while we're doing this, so you can't have a few drinks and then head back to Granada.
No. So yeah, I thought I would be really cranky when I got here, but I'm doing good.
You seem much better now.
Yeah, I feel well.
You have your.
I feel ready to party.
Let's go ahead and get into a tune. Let's go with what we were saying and get it moving along.
Let's get some positive momentum going. Now, last month, if you listened to the April episode, I told you that I had a lot of stuff that I was interested in bringing, and I had a kind of a quandary to narrow down what I was going to play. And one of the things that I had considered was a new song from the forthcoming Johnny Marr record, his third solo record. And so I didn't play that because I thought in my heart of hearts that there probably would be another single that would come out in the next month or two before the record comes out in June, and that I might like that better. And so lo and behold, Johnny Marr puts out a second single from the new album, which is called Call the Comet. And it is a real jangly Smiths number. And so I thought, that's why I waited. I waited for this song because I wanted to bring this song to the podcast and play it for you and the listeners, because this is textbook Johnny Marr.
You saw him on the last tour?
Yes.
Where was that? Was that
Granada.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that's sold out. I think we probably have already talked about this.
I don't remember if we talked about it, but yeah, it was packed.
Okay.
And he's really developed into a great frontman. He's always, liked being the sideman and just kind of hanging in the shadows. And that's why it took him so long to actually put out a proper solo record.
Yeah. I mean, he was always a guitar hero.
Right. He was always playing with the and the Cribs and Modest Mouse and the Pretenders. I mean, any number of bands that he's had stints with.
But no one ever he never used his voice on records. I mean, the Smiths really never even had backups, right?
No. Yeah, and he had that Johnny Marr and the Healers record that kind of bombed.
Yeah, but that last record, it was the one before this one, right?
Yeah.
Is this his second one?
No, it's his third one.
Are you including the Healers?
No.
Oh.
His first solo record, The Messenger, came out in 2013.
Love The Messenger.
And then Playland came out in 2014. Mm-hmm. And so it's been 4 years since Playland. I didn't realize it had been that long.
Wow.
Yeah, so Call the Comet is his third proper solo record, and it comes out next month.
Well, he likes to put out records and get on the road. I mean, he is. If you follow him I'm guessing you do follow him on
the Instagram.
On the gram. Man, he is always backstage taking a picture of him with a guitar.
Yeah, and he's always looking cool.
Yeah, he looks cool. I mean, how old? He's got to be in his 56.
Stand by. I'll tell you. He is 54.
Ooh, man. Golly, the Smiths were young.
Yeah, so this is the second single off the forthcoming record, and as I said, it's got a lot of Smiths jangle. It's got a little keyboard riff that might remind you of a song in particular. Hopefully that doesn't ruin it for you. I mean, he did write the song in the first place, so if he steals from himself, is it really stealing?
No, you can't steal from yourself.
So let's have a listen. This is Hi Hello from Johnny Marr.
Say
man, that sounds great.
I love when he does the slide bit.
Yeah, that's. I mean, obviously, it's "There's a Light."
Right? Yeah. But I don't care.
I don't. Man, that's. It sounds cool. I like how his voice sounds great on that.
Yeah, he's working some falsetto. I mean, you can just tell that he's becoming more confident as a singer.
Yeah. Are there any? Is the tour already planned out?
Well, he's been doing a bunch of like album preview shows across Europe, and he's doing a couple in the States, like in New York and LA, and then there'll be full tour to follow. But I don't think that's been booked yet.
Okay.
Or it hasn't been announced anyway.
Well, I think I'm gonna have to go this time.
You need to.
Yeah, and he always he'll play a few Smiths covers, right? I think I saw the one where the bass player jumped up with Andy Rourke in New York, right?
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah. Oh, you got it. It's awesome. He jumps up on stage. He's like, a buddy of mine's here tonight, and he gets up there and they start playing a Smith song.
That's awesome.
It's really cool.
Yeah, when I saw him last, he played probably 4 Smith songs, and he also played a couple of electronic songs.
Oh, really?
As well as all of his solo stuff.
That's kind of cool. What do you think? Do you think just because it's Morrissey's voice, do you think he covers his Smiths part of the set is better, or?
It's so hard to say.
Because it's like, I mean, the voice is the whole thing, and Morrissey's band is usually pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, I think Morrissey's band can approximate Johnny Marr more than Johnny Marr can approximate Morrissey.
Right, because I think I've seen a few clips of him doing How Soon Is Now and stuff, right?
Yeah, but it still sounds awesome. It's just different.
It's cool to watch him play it.
Yeah.
Because, man, no one can, I'll tell you what, it's, the hardest thing is to sit down and really try to go through Johnny Marr's guitar parts. He's
I mean,
else.
that's the best part, is just watching him. And
it's all so easy to him.
It's so easy to him, and he also will do the bit of step to the side of the mic and step past the monitors to the edge of the stage and just stare everybody down as he's laying down the lick that everybody's waiting for.
Yeah.
And just standing there like a rock god.
Yeah, like look
basking in the glory.
Look at what I can do.
Yeah, you've got to go. Whenever it is. I mean,
yeah, I'm
shoot,
gonna go.
we probably just should go. If he comes to Dallas and Houston, we should go to both.
Yeah, I'm gonna see it this time because I really like that Messenger record. Yeah, cool. Well, let's keep with the other theme and move along. Before we do the next song, is there anything you want to talk about, or should we just really get an update on the cat? Because I think people want to know.
I certainly can give you the update on Fiona Apple, the kitten.
Because I saw a picture.
The Russian blue kitten that was my daughter's 8th birthday present. And if you have not listened before, I made the decision, because I've not had a cat since I was in high school.
Oh, you didn't say that before.
And the cats that we had when I was in high school were terrible, terrible cats.
They were the kind that would bite you, or they would pee on things, or?
Well, one was one and one was the other.
Oh,
there was
man.
there was one that hated people and would bite you it would hide from you, but if it happened to be cornered by you, it would bite you. And then the other one peed on everything.
What was the names? What was the peer's name?
The peer's name was Hobbes, after Calvin and Hobbes.
Okay. Oh, there you go.
And
was that because of the peeing on stuff? Like when people have Calvin peeing on a Ford?
No, it had nothing to do with the bumper sticker. It was just a coincidence.
Okay.
And the other one was Daisy, I believe was her name.
Daisy was the mean one?
Yeah, Daisy was the mean one. God, she was a bitch. Hated that cat.
Oh, man.
So
did you name them?
I named Hobbs. I didn't name Daisy. My sister named Daisy.
Okay.
So I never thought I was a cat person after that experience of having those cats in high school and not really ever bonding with either of them.
Uh-huh.
And so I had dogs and still do have dogs, but
Yeah.
my daughter's obsessed with cats. And so we thought that she was old enough to help and actually own the cat, as it were. So got her one from the shelter.
But cat stays with you.
Cat stays with me, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it's turned out to be a great decision because it's the sweetest cat. We got it when it was, like 3 months old, like right at the cusp of when they're adoptable.
Right.
So still kind of a small kitten, cute and cuddly, but old enough to where it kind of knew what it was doing. And it got used to all of us, have been able to handle it, and because you gotta be able to hold it all different ways and touch its paws and touch its ears, and
Yeah.
so it doesn't freak out when when somebody picks it up or when your kid pets it a certain way. It's seen it all, and it knows you're not trying to fuck with it and hurt it, right?
And it's shredded a few things, but it's not like it hasn't ruined everything in the house.
No, it's destroyed some curtains, and there's one chair that has a good number of claw marks on it.
You just got to ride that out.
Yeah, I mean, my voice is enough, or
Yeah.
quick clap can usually get the negative behavior to stop. But a lot of that damage is done. But I don't care. Whatever.
Yeah, you just got to go with it. I mean,
Yeah.
you have a kid in the house anyway. It's best to just be, It's why your parents used to say we can't have nice things,
Right.
because, and why would you? You want to be able to spill paint and cats to shred and just, forget it. You can buy furniture later.
Yeah. Nothing I have is of any particular value. So I mean, it's nice enough stuff, but it's not anything that I care about.
Man, me either. I swear I had better furniture in college. Okay. All right. Well, tell us about really what I was asking.
Yeah.
Is
I made the decision because I haven't had a cat since high school, and I remember that the worst thing about having cats was cleaning the litter box. I made the decision that I was going to toilet train the cat. And I knew a girl who had done this before, so I knew it was possible. And then I did some research, and there are a couple of different tools that you can buy on Amazon.
You did research on the Giga?
I did. I looked on the Giga, and I found a product called the City Kitty. And so it's a thing that you put...
I mean, I've seen it. I saw it in the house. It's, when you walk in the bathroom, this is the cat's bathroom.
Yeah. So you put it on the toilet, and then you put the seat down, not the lid, but just the seat down over it to hold it in place. And then there's concentric rings, and like week by week, you start poking out the rings until there's less and less of the City Kitty left, and the hole to the toilet gets bigger and bigger.
So you're just kind of easing them into it.
Yeah, and you put litter on it, so they think it's their litter box, and then you end up putting less and less litter. And so just in this past week, took the whole thing off.
You're kidding.
And the cat shits right into the toilet. Without any litter, without any other...
What do the dogs think of this? Do they think
they're too
that
stupid
now
to
they're
know anything
just
about it.
Now they're even lower on the totem pole?
Oh yeah,
because
yeah.
it's like
they know that they have been leapfrogged in the pecking order in the household.
Man, no doubt about it. That is, I really
Because
thought this was gonna fail.
The dogs still shit in the house to spite me, I think. But
And the cat's gonna be bigger than those dogs.
oh yeah, the cat already can own either of the dogs because they're small dogs. But yeah, the cat is by far my favorite and by far the champion of the round robin wrestling
it's
match
already
that goes
won.
on every
Of course,
night.
the cat is your favorite. It can use the bathroom.
I know.
Golly, it's so much. So are you really going to go... Okay, if you leave the house... There's not a litter box.
No, there's not a litter box.
You just
make sure the lid's up.
I can't believe this works. Has it used a different one?
It's curious about the toilet in the master bathroom. And so she was sniffing around it when I was in the bathroom the other day. Mm-hmm. So I left the lid up thinking, well, maybe she'll try and use that one. And I looked and she was like in it trying to drink.
Okay.
So I was like, no, we don't need to do that. So I don't know if she's made the connection that all toilets are the same and you can poop in any of them. She has peed in the bathtub once, though.
I can't believe you got this to work. I kind of want you to film it, but I don't.
I took a picture.
I saw the picture, but I think that the ring was still on there.
Yeah, the ring was still on there.
Like, I want you to show, like, your,
Proof positive that it doesn't need the prompting of the tool, that it knows.
No, I believe you. I'm amazed by it. God, I can't believe you. I can't believe you really
It's a smart
went.
cat, and I'm awesome. So there you go.
Where did you find you found it on Amazon?
Uh-huh.
And was it like the reviews were like, this really works? I just can't believe this isn't like on Nightline. Like, everybody's cat should be.
Right? Well, you have to be patient. It takes, it takes a good 6 weeks, 2 months to go through all the stages.
And how old right now?
The cat?
Yeah, like how old at the day it figured it all out?
Oh, I mean, it's like 6 months old now.
It's only 6 months and it knows how to...
Right. Yeah, it's so much smarter than the dogs.
Golly. Do you think you could maybe make a instructional video of how to train your cat? Like, well, Dave, like...
You don't need
Gen
me
X
to do
Davies, the cat whisperer.
Well, I mean, that exists. If you go to Amazon, people have posted tons of videos of their cats.
But I want you to do it.
No, I don't want to do that.
The cat whisperer.
I am good.
Davy Lane.
I am good with that cat. It loves me.
It's a cool cat. It's even cooler now. Golly.
If I hadn't known that it was possible, I may have not even ever gotten the cat to begin with.
I can't believe you've done this.
But because I knew it was possible, I resolved to make it happen. And I did. And I'm a champion.
You are a champion of the world and of all
Number
men.
one.
Congratulations, Davey. I really thought this was going to fail. But
thank you for your confidence.
A lot of times when people are kind of rooting for it to fail, I wasn't. I wanted this to happen because I wanted it to be real.
It is real. You can believe it.
Well, that's great. Should I play a song?
Yeah, how can you tie this into cat pooping?
I don't know. We don't really need to tie it in, do we?
We don't need a segue?
I wanted to know what happened with the cat because it's already a part of the pod.
Right.
And the other part of the pod is we play songs and drink beer. And I'm out of my... Are you done?
I can be in like 2 gulps. So
Okay.
yes, it's time for another beer, and it is time for your song.
Yeah.
And you said you've been threatening to do a themed episode for quite some time.
I think I'm going to do themed episodes for probably the next 4 or 5 until I run out of ideas.
Okay.
Just because. Because I like what... Last time you were saying that's what we started with. You bring the new stuff, and I'm bringing stuff people might have looked over. I don't know how much you know about these bands. I know that you're aware of at least 2 out of the 3, but they're all connected. I mean...
Common members?
Really closely connected.
Okay.
But I want to see what you think of these tunes. Is it... Well, I can even tell you, the first one's a Human League song.
Okay.
And then I'll play...
How far back are we going?
This one's pretty far back.
Off of Travelogue?
It's off of Travelogue. How did you know? Oh, you saw the...
No. I just know that I have that one.
Yeah. This is before... I would say Travelogue would be before any of the pop hits and...
Oh, yeah.
Any of that kind of stuff. So it goes way back, and then I'll play the next band, and then I'll play basically the other thing that was in the middle of the two bands are still going on while the second band was going. Is that did that clear everything up?
I'm confused, but it will all be clear soon enough.
All right, let's get another beer. I'll play the next jam, and then we'll discuss.
On Htwow.
Listen to the voice of Buddha saying stop your sericulture. Little people like your offspring born alive for some god studying Buddha's watching, Buddha's waiting. Just because the kid's an orphan, no excuse for thoughtless saying. People don't forget this torture. Just because you call her mother doesn't mean that she's your better. Once more with the voice of Buddha, he'll say carry on your slaughter. Who cares for the little children you may slash with no conviction, blind revenge on a blameless victim. Listen to the voice of Buddha saying stop your sericulture. Who cares for the little children you may slice with no conviction, blind revenge on a blameless victim.
God, they really let that ring out.
I know. Sounds good on vinyl, doesn't it?
It does.
So why did you get that record?
Oh God.
Did you open another brew?
Another Brett's Get It On. This one's not cold enough.
I know.
I'm sorry. I should have put it in the freezer.
It definitely made a difference.
Yeah, I bought Travelog probably because of you. I saw it at a record store in Denver.
Yeah, I think. Did you send me a pic when you were?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, I love Travel, and of course I picked
honestly,
it because it's super old, and it'll, I'll explain later.
Yeah. Well, and I haven't really listened to a whole lot of it, to be totally honest. What year is that? Is it 79, 80, 81 maybe?
I want to say that's. I want to say it's 79, 80. Well, it could be 78, but I want to say 79, 80. But the beginning of Human League, before things kind of changed and moved on, was all around 1980, 81.
May of 80 is when it came out.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, and then, but you like? What do you think? What are your songs off? What other Human League records do you own?
I have, I guess, the other one, or the one with the hits on it.
Human? I'm just kidding. I know you don't have that one.
The Don't You Want Me, Baby.
Right.
Yeah.
These were all really weird. Travelog the whole thing's weird. That Crow and a Baby song is insane.
I guess I have Dare. Dare was the next one.
Mm-hmm. And that was right after
Dare came out in 81.
Yeah, and that's when Marsh and Ware were gone.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, and Human League were a very widely respected underground band in that early synth pop. I mean, we've watched the Synth Britannica series,
right,
that you turned me on to. If anybody's a nerd for synth pop music like you and I are, go on YouTube and look up Synth Britannica. It's a really great documentary series. But it's interesting how kids at the time thought Human League was so cool, and then after those two guys left and they remade themselves as a pop group, that people have a totally different frame of reference for who the Human League are.
Yeah, because I think Travelog got re-released after the Human League had their other hits. But I found out about it, of course, later. Because in 1979, 80, I was not aware of the Human League already at that point in my life. I was only 2. So... but yeah, let's move on. You had there was something you brought up before that you wanted to talk about.
Oh yeah,
before we started.
Yeah, so before we get into the next tune, and
it was record store day.
Well, no, that's related to my guilty pleasure.
Okay.
But okay, so I did bring up the fact, and it makes sense because we're talking about your old school jam.
When you said talking right there, I can tell that you've had 3 beers.
Really?
What do you think about that?
Talking.
Drinking's fun.
We're talking about your old school jams, and the next tune I'm going to play is a band that took an old school approach to releasing their record, and we can talk about that later. But this past weekend, I purchased some tickets to an upcoming concert.
I saw that.
And the band took an old school approach to selling tickets to their show.
Are you giving me one of those tickets? Not giving, but did you reserve?
Well,
I
bought 2 extras, and like I said, I'm open to proposals.
It's obviously for me.
So
when is it? November?
It's the last week of November. I bought tickets for the Wednesday show.
Okay.
So I'm speaking of the Nine Inch Nails tour, and if
That's
you,
not like the day before Thanksgiving or something.
no,
weird, is it?
it's the Wednesday after Thanksgiving.
Oh man, that's perfect.
Yeah. So
I'm busy.
Nine Inch Nails announced a tour, and what makes it even more exciting is that their opening act on this tour is the Jesus and Mary Chain. But what they did in an effort to try and get the tickets in the hands of the fans and defeat the scalpers and the bots and whatever.
It's important. It's gotten out of control.
Yeah, they decided to try something. And so instead of having a pre-sale or an online sale where you get on Ticketmaster at 10 a.m. on Friday and hit refresh until you finally get some tickets and they're in the 300 level and you're like, God damn it.
Are you by the what do you think about how Depeche Mode did the thing where if you had points or you got to move up?
I mean, you got to try something, but I didn't like that either.
I didn't like that. I mean, the show was great. I'm glad we
the show was
glad
great,
we did it, but I don't it was real confusing
It was a lot of hoops
and I
to jump
didn't
through. Yeah, so what Nine Inch Nails did is that they decided to only sell physical tickets. There was a worldwide physical sale.
That's what we used to do. That's how I got Disintegration tickets.
Yeah.
You waited in line in a parking lot. And
It totally reminded me of going to Ticketmaster at Dillard's. You line up outside the mall.
Ticketmaster was in Dillard's?
Yeah.
What mall?
At North Park or Northeast Mall. But yeah, you would line up outside the department store, wait for the department store to open, and then you would run up to the customer service level where the ticket window was. Mm-hmm. And so yeah, it was very much like those old days.
Oh, so you waited outside, and then everyone ran to the escalators.
I only remember buying tickets like one or two times that way when I was a kid.
A lot of clove cigarettes outside.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but what Nine Inch Nails decided to do is, if you want tickets to these shows, they go on sale on Saturday at 10 a.m. local time at the venue.
That's where you were.
You have to go to the venue.
Because I saw the picture, but I didn't know where you were.
Yeah, so they're playing at the new Irving Toyota Music Factory Pavilion thing.
Okay, so they must have they worked that out.
Yeah, and they also I was reading that Trent Reznor saw LCD Sound System on LCD Sound System's last tour, and what LCD Sound System did is they played medium-sized rooms, and then they would play 2, 3, 4 nights in a city. Instead of trying to play a massive arena, they would sell.
No, a lot of bands are doing it. Didn't Jack White kind of is doing that? Right?
Yeah, a lot of bands are deciding to do that rather than having one big show in a city. They have 2 or 3 smaller shows.
Yeah, he did the cool thing with the phone.
Oh yeah, where you have to lock up your phone when you go to the show.
I kind of like that.
Yeah, so I went to Toyota Music Factory, and like I said, the tickets went on sale at 10, and I really totally underestimated what was going to happen out there. I got out there at like 9:30, and I was...
The tickets go on sale at 10, and you got out there at 9:30?
Yeah, because I was like, who's going to show up?
Well, dude.
And I was probably number 5,000 in line.
How many does that place hold?
It's probably about 7,500. I mean, they also have like a lawn, like at Starplex, but I don't think they're doing the lawn for this show.
Okay.
So yeah, maybe it's like 7,000, 8,000. Maybe up to 12, 15 if they open the lawn.
And he's going to do how many shows?
2 shows.
Okay,
in
2
Dallas,
shows. All right.
Or Irving. Yeah. So I was.
Golly, that's going to Nine Inch Nails and Jesus and Mary Chain.
Yeah. And so I was committed. I waited in line. I was totally unprepared because, like I said, I thought I'd be in and out in no time. I should have put on sunscreen because I have the worst farmer's sunburn.
Did you get a little burn?
I did. My neck is blistered right now.
Did you get you a little aloe vera?
I was refreshing my social media as I was waiting in line. I watched a little bit of the FA Cup final on my phone.
There's no reason to bring it up.
Sorry about that. Yeah, do you want to guess how long I was in line?
You mean from 10 a.m.?
From 9:30.
Okay, you got in line at night.
I got in line at 9:30. What time do you think I had tickets in my hand?
11.
No.
12:30.
No.
You're kidding me. I don't know if anything in life is... You've already been there too long.
I mean, once you reach a certain point, there's no turning back. It's a test of endurance.
Did you go to 2?
3:30.
Oh.
6 motherfucking hours.
God, I'm so glad you did that for me.
That's what I'm saying, is that I am accepting proposals for those 2 extra tickets that... Not only are you going to pay face value, what are you going to give me for my pain and suffering?
You mean for the 1 extra ticket?
Well, sure.
We're doing it. You have to bring me. It's for research for the show.
Right.
I mean, do we need to promote it? Like we did the Zymox show?
Yeah, I think they need our help.
Did anyone think in line that you were Trent Reznor?
No. I was wearing a hat, though.
You sort of look just like Trent Reznor.
I look like a taller, fatter, less jacked Trent Reznor.
You kind of look just like Trent Reznor.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't just kind of walk to the front and go, hey.
Right.
I'm Trent.
What's up, my people? I did notice that of the people that were there, I mean, there were a lot of people dressed in black, as you might expect.
They sweaty?
A lot of sweaty white people, but a lot of people wearing band t-shirts of really terrible bands, like Avenged Sevenfold or something.
That's weird.
I overheard a lot of conversations of people talking about really god-awful music, and I was like, man...
Was there a lot of vaping?
There wasn't too much vaping that I saw, but I was just... Because, you and I...
It has to be. The dude that works at the vape shop that can some reason, make, the huge cloud of smoke with his vape because he's charged it somehow.
Right.
He
can shoot the arrow through the heart.
Yeah, but he's also kind of juiced it up to where he's kind of, he can get more smoke out of it.
Yeah. It's my mod.
Yeah, he's modded it to where he can, do a mushroom cloud. Okay, so you get to the window at 3:30. 3:30, and you're like, what do you say? Are you like, what do you have left? How many tickets can each person get?
You could buy 4 for each show.
Okay.
But I only bought 4 for the Wednesday show.
Man, you were.
But yeah, I just said, do you have pit for either show? And he said, we actually have pit for both. I said, okay, well, I'll take 4 for Wednesday.
You went for the first night?
No, second night.
Second night. Oh, they'll get the sound right by then.
Yeah.
It's a good move. Golly, you are still a fanboy. Do you have the new 9 Inch? I heard it was weird.
Oh, the
little drum and bass
EP,
thing.
The Bad Witch. I did listen to that song and it didn't grab me, but I am just interested in the entire event.
Have I ever told you the story of the first time I saw the 9 Inch Nails?
I've never seen 9 Inch Nails.
I saw them opening up for Peter Murphy at on the campus of U of H in a theater.
So even before Downward Spiral, or not Downward Spiral, Pretty Hate Machine came out?
It was the I Was Up Above It song.
Right, that was the first single, but it was before the record?
No, I'm sure it was the record. Okay. Whatever it was I think we knew of him because the video was just out on MTV. But we, of course, were there to see Peter Murphy. And I was with Todd and a friend of ours named Philip, and we drove right up to the back of the venue around 6 o'clock and walked straight in and watched Nine Inch Nails full sound check. Until someone walked up finally and just went, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And we were like, "No, we just came in that.
Forgot this.
We just came in the door right there and we sat down." And they were like, I don't think you can be here." You know, because it's college kids probably running it.
Right.
So they didn't care. But yeah, we watched the whole thing and then we went out, went to some bar, had drinks, came back, and then watched the show. But it was good. We thought it was good, but we also thought Peter Murphy destroyed it. But yeah, U of H campus with like 1,200 people.
I'm excited to see it. I think it's going to be really loud and really fun. And I really hope that you come through with the winning bid.
I don't need to bid for the show. This is for the show. You can't do this to me.
Maybe you can start a GoFundMe and listeners to Htwow can pay for you to pay me for the ticket.
Okay. How much do they go? How much were they?
With service charges, they were like $150 a piece.
$150 for the pit?
Yeah, 130 plus fees and et cetera, et cetera.
How much for the seats?
They were the same. Like pit and the best seats were 130 plus
Okay, so
fees and
it's just
such.
whoever got there first.
Yeah.
Golly, man.
I mean, that's they're selling fewer seats because they're doing a smaller venue, so they're jacking up the price of the seats.
Is that the going rate? How much were the Depeche Mode tickets?
They were probably about $100.
Golly.
It's getting to that point where every show is $100.
It's because they're not making money anywhere else.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay, so I mentioned that my next tune, that they took a similarly old school approach to releasing their record.
And this is going to be on vinyl.
Yeah, so what they did is they did not release any singles ahead of the album. You know how a lot of bands nowadays, they'll release 1, 2, maybe 3 singles before the record comes out.
Yeah,
and they'll put out videos and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's the attention span because people can't take it. They can't take a full album at once.
Well, the Arctic Monkeys decided to forego all of that because they wanted people to consume the record all together.
And you gotta admit, if you're already established like that, you can do things like this.
Yeah, you can
So,
break the mold and do whatever the hell you want.
You can't fault other bands that have to stagger it because you can't give it all at once. You basically threw the whole record away.
Right. But they decided that they were going to not tip their hand as to what this album sounded like.
They didn't do this with the Stone Age guy again, did they?
No.
Okay.
And they wanted people to have the anticipation of listening to it and then listening to it all at once as soon as it came out. And that's what I did. And it is very different. And I wasn't exactly sure how I felt about it at first, but it's really, really grown on me. And I had a really hard time deciding what to play.
What did you? We discussed it, and you
I'm
never told me.
Well, you kind of frowned on my idea of playing a couple songs back to back.
No. I just you couldn't decide, and I said let's go for the shorter one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. But the thing about the record is that it's a concept record, and the tunes kind of.
Is it about like Lord of the Rings?
No, we can talk about what it's about later.
Okay.
But it's the songs don't necessarily seamlessly blend into one another, but there is some connectivity between songs and a couple songs in particular. So I was going to play like the second and third song together off of side one, but then you.
No, don't blame this on me.
Yes, you made me made me choose something that was shorter. So I'm gonna play the song that they have now released a video for, that they played on Jimmy Fallon. It's a great tune, and it probably is the most immediate grab you song on the record. So let's listen to it. It's called 4 out of 5 by the Arctic Monkeys.
Advertising imaginative ways. Start your free trial today. Come on in the water's lovely look. You could meet someone you like. You're in the meat of your strike. It is that easy. Lunar surface on a Saturday night. Dressed up in silver and white with colored old gray whistle test lights. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. It's such an easy flight. You new places keep on popping up since the Exodus. It's all getting gentrified. I put a taqueria on the roof. It was well reviewed. 4 stars out of 5, and that's unheard of. Mr. Bridge and Tunnel on the Starlight Express, the head of special effects in my mind's eye. Okay, cokey with the opposite sex, the things you try to forget. Doesn't time fly? I'm in no position to give advice. I don't wanna be nice, and you know that. Take it easy for a little while. Come and stay with us. It's such an easy flight. Cute new places keep on popping up around claviers. It's all getting gentrified. The information action ratio is the place to go, and you will not recognize the old headquarters of the nights that never happened and the days that don't exist. At the information action ratio, only time that we stop laughing is to breathe or steal a kiss. I can get you on the list for all the clubs. I can lift you up another semitone.
What do you think of that?
I've taken a journey with this song, Dave.
From hating it to loving it to hating it again?
No, I've always thought the music was great. He changes his voice. I mean, it's not super different, but it's it's definitely different from when they started out.
Right.
Like it's a little bit more loungy.
Yeah.
But this, it seems to me, and tell me if I'm crazy, that he got a lot of old David Bowie records, and it has what's that other band that he's in that it's
Last Shadow Puppets?
Yeah, I'm not into that much, because that's super loungy. Right. But this is more of like a Bowie Roxy Music kind of thing.
I could see that.
And so by the end of it, I mean, I thought that I was not going to like this, but by the end of it, I liked it.
Yeah, I want to play more of it for you later. It's, like I said, it's really grown on me. And it is...
You know what I mean about you want the Arctic Monkeys to be punk kids doing the fast.
Yeah. This is kind of maybe meeting in the middle between Arctic Monkeys and Last Shadow Puppets.
I don't know. At first, his voice, the way he was singing, was annoying me, and then I was like, you know what? It kind of sounds like Bowie, right?
It was produced by James Ford, who's worked with them before.
Okay.
He's part of Simian Mobile Disco.
Yeah,
he's done stuff with Depeche Mode before.
Yeah, the music. I mean, it sounds great.
Yeah. So the way this came about was that Alex Turner decided to put down the guitar and sit down at the piano because he said that he had run out of ideas on the guitar.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, you just want to pick up something else because...
Yeah, so he wanted to challenge himself and do something different. So he wrote all of these songs on piano. Kind of concept record. It's called Tranquility Base Hotel and Casino. And so it's all set in the not too distant future at a hotel and casino on the moon. Mm-hmm. And basically the monkeys, the Arctic Monkeys, are kind of the house band of this this lounge at the casino. And the lyrics are very incisive if you pay attention to the lyrics. I mean, he's always been noted as a great lyricist, but there's just some really interesting themes and narratives in his lyrics in this album. And he took a lot of the original vocal demos that he did at his home studio and used those on the final record.
Yeah, that I think that comes up a lot more now than it ever has. Because you can do a lot of things at your house now that you...
Yeah, so he did a lot of the tracking ahead of time by himself, and then he got together with his bandmates and they fleshed it out. But every time they would go back to cut vocals, he'd be like, you know what, I still like that original take. Yeah,
because it was fresh and brand new.
Yeah.
I mean, that happens a lot more than you think. I just don't know how they... it's cool that they kept all the tempos the same. You know what I mean? So he can kind of slide it in there.
But I think it's interesting that they took such a departure. I mean, it's been... Gosh, since the last record, AM, that came out in 2013. Mm-hmm. So it's been 5 years.
Have you seen them?
Yes.
Well, of course. We saw them together.
Yeah, they're so great live.
Golly, that Coachella thing was that... It wasn't right before Jesus and Mary Chain, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Golly.
Yeah, they have a massive live show. He's such a good front man, and they all look cool.
They were so young and awesome at that show. You know, just like the polo shirts and it was great. Have you seen them since the Coachella?
I saw them at an ACL.
Okay, but not at like one of their own.
I don't think I've seen them at like a Bomb Factory or a medium-sized venue. I've just seen them at the big festival shows.
Isn't it funny
They're
that
coming
sometimes
to-
you can't remember?
I know. My memory is terrible. I've fried my brain.
I know. I still kind of think I might have seen Johnny Marr.
You probably did. You're probably front row.
I just can't remember.
But they are coming to Southside on Lamar at the whatever ballroom thing.
See, that sound like I was saying I misjudged
I
things.
bought. It's sold out, but I did buy some tickets on SeatGeek.
Did you use the code?
I couldn't because I'd already used it on my Red Sox tickets.
Oh.
But I did use SeatGeek.
Did you get me one for that too?
Well, I'm sure.
Did you get 4?
No, I got 2. I'm sure Marissa will probably happily let you take her ticket.
She not like the monkeys.
Well, she just, I'm pretty sure it's a weeknight. I'm pretty sure that she will have better things to do.
Okay. When is this?
Christ, I can't tell you. I mean, I could look it up, but
No, I don't care that
hold
much.
on.
I'm busy.
Arc,
Tick.
Tick,
Monkey.
Monkeys,
Monkey.
Dallas,
Dallas.
2018.
2000.
Tuesday, October 9th.
Oh man, that is a busy week for me, but I think I can do that. Let me get with my agent and I'll get back to you. Well,
Okay.
I'll let them get back to you.
Yeah, I'll be waiting patiently for their call.
All right, we've gone to a new beer. I had a fancy beer, one of those.
I need to slam my warm Brett's Get It On. Hold on a second.
Holy crap! Is that what it is? Look at that. That is. Golly, that's for real. You did a whole pint of
That was nearly a full beer.
your Brexit. Wait, what's it called?
Brett's Get It On.
Oh, Brexit on. And now you're ready for this is my beer.
Yeah.
Guns and Oil. We've had this over at the club.
Yes, I've had this before somewheres or another. I like this one.
Yeah, it's a light beer. Well, no, I guess it's not light, is it?
Who makes this?
Guns and Oil.
Oh, so this is just their flagship beer. They are Guns and Oil, and this is Guns and Oil.
What do you think?
I haven't tasted it yet because I'm still choking down.
Yeah, you did good. But yeah, I like that that at bars their tap looks like Spindle Top. And
It's easy drinking compared to what we just had.
yeah, it looks good in a glass. It's
I
clear.
wish they were colder.
It's a clear lager.
Again,
yeah,
I
is
wish
there
they were
something
colder.
wrong
I
with
think-
the fridge?
I think
Like,
your
what
fridge is broken.
It's not broke. I mean, they're cold. Everything else in there stays cold, but are we just now? Should we go?
I'm just used to that 29-degree beer at Twin Peaks, man.
Should we go put the other 2 in the freezer before we play this next jam?
At some point.
All right. Well, anyway, Guns and Oil. It's good if you're at a bar and you're especially at some craft bar place and you want a regular beer.
Is Guns and Oil from Houston?
Is it? I don't know. I'm glad that the music stopped, so it made it important.
Guns and Oil Brewing Company, brewed and canned under supervision of Guns and Oil Brewing Company, Denver, Colorado.
All right, so it's not like the Dallas TV show. It's more like Dynasty.
I guess.
Dynasty was Denver, right? Colorado.
Kind of cheapens it,
Why?
because I thought it was a Texas beer. Not some
Why do you have to have
sissy-
Texas beer?
Some sissy Colorado beer.
Oh man. Did you watch Dynasty?
No.
Yeah, that's why you're saying that.
Was it set in Colorado?
Yeah, it's in Denver.
What?
It was the same thing as Dallas, but in Denver.
Where was Knott's Landing?
Knots Landing was in wasn't that in like a cul-de-sac in California?
Probably. I don't know.
No, wait, Knots Landing. Which one was the winery one?
I have no idea.
Oh man, you're killing me now, because if Knots Landing is the winery one, it's way better than you think.
Knots Landing, Southern California cul-de-sac.
Yes. What's the one that I'm thinking of? That's the one at the winery.
Falcon Crest?
Falcon Crest was so good. Knots Landing is terrible. No one kept up with that. Knots Landing is a spinoff of Dallas, I think. I think that's one of the daughters or nephews or somebody.
Yeah, it was a Dallas spinoff.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
No one watched that. The cul-de-sac.
Gary Ewing and his wife Valerie.
Yeah, see, Gary, they brought Gary up a lot. Gary was a loser on Dallas.
Gary Ewing. Who has ever heard of Gary Ewing?
Everyone that watched Dallas has heard of Gary Ewing.
I know JR and Bobby. I don't know Gary.
All right, so it goes in this order. There's Dallas, then there's Dynasty, then there's Falcon Crest, and that's like in the wine country in San Francisco.
Then Heart to Heart.
No.
Then Murder, She Wrote.
No, those are all genius, but they're in a different place. Then it goes to that show called Hotel.
Okay.
Do you remember that?
Uh-huh.
It's with
There's a guy with a beard in that one.
It's the guy that I think it's the guy that's on Life in Pieces now. He's the grandfather on Life in Pieces now. He's a handsome man. I'm gonna play another tune.
James Brolin.
Yeah, he's handsome. Don't you think?
Yes.
He looks even better now.
Well, he does.
He does. Anyway.
Had no idea that's who that was.
I think Joanna kind of has a thing for him. And I don't care. I think he probably smells like Old Spice.
Or like Drakkar Noir.
Or Eternity.
I'm looking at his photo and it's drawing me in.
I know.
Man.
I know.
Handsome man.
He has aged well. All right, I'm going to play another song.
Yeah, so how does this relate to Human League?
So, Human League starts by the guys from Heaven 17. There's no Heaven 17 yet. They start the Human League. The Glenn Gregory guy, who turns out to be the singer of Heaven 17, anytime you look it up, that's who they wanted to be the singer. And you know this is all art school stuff. Of course, all bands, all media.
They wanted him to be the singer of Human League.
Yeah, but he was busy.
Doing other projects.
Yeah, so I think it was either... I want to say that it was Ware, but it might have been the other guy. I get all this wrong. But he knew Philip Oakey. Is that the Human League singer? Whoever the Human League singer is, he knew him from school and thought that he looked like a rock star and didn't even know if he could sing. You know what I mean?
He fit the part.
He fit the part. So he called that guy and was like, do you want to be the singer of this band we're starting? And he was like, sure. So they started the Human League. So the two guys that are the main guys that started the Human League decide they don't want to do this anymore because they're, artistic differences.
Of course.
So they leave, but they tell, is it Philip Oakey or Oakley? Oakley.
No, you're right. It is Oakey.
Okay, so they tell him he can have the Human League, like the name and everything, because they were already on a label or whatever the situation was, and they were like, you can have it. And they were going to start another group, but I think that they still got a percentage of the Human League from then on out, but a very, very, like a 1%, 2% thing, because they started it, right?
So even stuff that they didn't write.
They created the whole thing and wrote all the music. So I think it was after Travelogue, they took off and they started Heaven 17 and got Glenn Gregory back to be the singer.
So are we listening to Heaven 17?
Yeah, we're going to listen to Heaven 17, but also around this time, they developed this thing called the British Electric Foundation. And that'll make sense on the next song I play.
Okay.
See how I'm doing this? What do you think of my theme thing?
I like it.
It's good, right?
It's confusing, but I like it.
It's good. I'll edit it to where it makes sense.
Okay. So this
It
is
probably won't.
this is a Heaven 17 song.
Yeah, we're about to play a Heaven 17 song, and I know you've heard it. What's your history with the Heaven 17? It's from a Clockwork Orange reference.
Oh, the name of the band? Mm-hmm. I didn't know that. I mean, I have a fair amount of Heaven 17, but I really have only listened to How Men Are all the way through.
And of course, you know the tune from Luxury Gap, the Let Me Go. That
Right.
was in all the clubs. The don't.
Yeah,
don't,
that's a
don't,
great
don't,
tune.
don't. Yeah.
Great tune.
Yeah, I first came across Heaven 17 with Penthouse and Pavement.
Yes.
And this is the song Penthouse and Pavement. And it goes exactly like this.
Get funky.
I know. I mean, I think I really love that song mainly because of how crazy they did the bass, right?
I mean, but that's kind of their signature, is that they do a lot of crazy bass lines, and the chick backup singers.
Yeah, and the Lynn drum. You know, the drum machine.
Yeah.
You know,
I
that
totally-
influence of the backup singer and the whole thing. And I love you're going to let like 7 bass players do it.
I totally get the artistic differences, though.
Yeah, it's different.
Because
that is more like being boiled.
Yeah, where Heaven 17 went versus where Human League went. I mean, they're in the same universe, but they're totally different.
Totally different. Like these guys, and you know the whole packaging with they look, you know, the suits and the corporate.
Yeah, it's very much like last month when we played the Universal by Blur.
Right.
And you look at the jackets of like Blur Park Life and Great Escape, they're totally cribbing the look of Heaven 17.
Right. And
with
when
the
you
skinny ties and the very uptown suits.
Yeah, and if you look at when you watch the video for Penthouse and Pavement, when he walks up to the office, it says British Electric Foundation on the building. And when there's like charts, you know, office-y stuff,
right,
they all say BEF or like that's the name of the corporation on top. And we'll get into that next.
Okay, so that's the tease for the next thing.
Yeah, so you had one other thing you wanted to bring up.
Oh, the record store day thing. So that brings me to my final selection. And we usually reserve our guilty pleasure for the last track of the pod because we're good and drunk and we like to party.
That's right.
And so I went to record store day at Josie Records up in Dallas. And I didn't plan, and I went very last minute, and I didn't realize how long shit was going to take.
Was it packed for record store days? Like people come out for that?
They had a great crowd.
That's awesome.
And they had, a couple of different vendors giving out free samples of food and beverages and stuff. And they had DJs and...
Like a food truck?
No, just, tables set up inside. But they also had a system where you get a number as you walk in the door, and then they would call your number, and that's when you get to line up. So you could shop their regular merchandise, but you couldn't shop the record store day merchandise until your number was called, and then the line for the checkout went past all of the record store day selections.
What's the difference? Like, what's a record store day?
Well, there are limited edition vinyl pressings that come out just for record store day.
Oh, okay. And so those usually will sell out.
Yeah, they're collectibles, and they only get a certain number per store, and so they sell out. So the thing that I really wanted was they released on vinyl for the first time ever, I think, Mixed Up, the Cure mix album from like 1990 or 91.
Uh-huh.
So they released that on vinyl, and then they also released a sequel, which is called Torn Down.
Does that mean of new ones they recorded? Or, I mean, old songs, but this is...
Yes.
It's not like songs they didn't put on Mixed Up and they re-released.
No. It's not like these are off the cutting room floor from the Mixed Up sessions.
So The Cure have recorded these recently?
No. Well, this was all Robert Smith. He decided when he was going back and remastering Mixed Up, I guess he always had it in his mind that he wanted to do another mix album. And so he did Torn Down. Mixed Up is by all different producers, right? The mixes on that Mixed Up record are by all different people.
Okay.
the mixes on Torn Down are all by Robert Smith.
Oh, he just did this.
Yes, he just did it by himself and put it out. And I like it
But
in
it's
many
new
ways.
now. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Yeah,
It's not
it just
like,
came out.
okay.
It's old songs remixed.
But he just did this.
Yes, but he just did this.
We're so confusing.
I know. Hopefully you're tracking with us because we are drunk and stupid.
I'm not. I feel great.
But yeah, so he put this out. In a lot of ways, I like it better than the original mixed up.
Do you think it's just because you can do so much more with a mix now? Like production?
Maybe because...
It's not just a loop behind it and you just kind of...
Yeah, and maybe because Mixed Up was, of the early 90s, and it has just a certain dated sound to it. I'm not sure why, but the song selection on Torn Down is great, and there are 3 or 4 mixes that are incredible that I love so much, but it was difficult to narrow it down.
What'd you pick?
I picked...
I see 2 giant records here.
Yeah, well, I brought both of them because I got Torn Down at Josie Records. They had 3 copies left when my turn was called to go through the line. Mm-hmm. So I got Torn Down that day, and then I went on eBay and bought Mixed Up. So I brought both of them in case we wanted to listen in the post-party.
Yeah, before... We didn't think that the podcast would be the post-party.
Right, when I thought I would get here at a reasonable hour. And so I decided there's a tune that wasn't necessarily the most popular Cure song, but it's become a live staple.
Let me guess. Can I guess?
Yes.
Is it Edge of the Deep Green Sea?
Yes.
I knew it. That's the one I want to hear from this.
Good. See? Simpatico, you and me.
See?
I subliminally knew what you wanted to hear. So yes, we're going to listen to The Edge of the Deep Green Sea. And
I can't believe that worked out.
I know. And this mix is entitled the Love in Vain mix. So let's all put on our eyeliner.
Already on.
Turn on the black light.
I don't have one.
And let's party with some Cure. Torn Down by Robert Smith himself.
Every time we do this, I fall for her. Wave after wave after wave, it's all for her. I know this can't be wrong, I say, and I'd like to keep her happy as long as I know that you know today belongs.
Do you feel like Robert did justice to Robert's tune?
I really like it when people do like a remix of their own thing, because that's how they're hearing it. That's great. I mean, there's no version of that's just one of those songs, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's one of those songs that has a second life.
Yeah, I mean, that Wish tour at Texas Stadium, and then he came out with the Emmitt Smith jersey at the end.
Yeah, that was his bit for a while, to wear like the hockey or football jersey of the town that he was in.
And you were that was around the time, I think we've mentioned this before on the pod, that when you you're proud of your band because they weren't that big before, and then all of a sudden they're
playing Texas Stadium.
They get to play Texas Stadium, and it was just, man, curve opened up.
Ah, man,
it was so good.
That's a time machine show. I would go back to see that show.
Yeah, it was too much.
But I get to see The Cure in Hyde Park, and you don't, so there you go.
There you go.
Does that have you fired up to listen to the rest of that, though?
Oh, man.
It's really good. I'm not lying.
Man, what would you give to be in the room when he's pulling up those old tapes?
I know. It made me so happy when I put it on, knowing that it was just a pet project of his to sit down and strip down these tracks and reinvent them.
Oh, man.
And there are some that are so out of left field. I'm anxious for you to listen to more of it.
It's great. And the vinyl, look at that.
I know, it's a picture disc.
Is this a collector's? They're not gonna, is this
I don't know. I mean, they are going to release both of the mixed up and torn down on CD and digital this summer, and I think they're gonna have more widely available vinyl, but I don't think it'll be the picture disc.
Man, that looks awesome. The Arctic Monkey one looked good too, the clear.
Yeah, the clear vinyl.
Did you get that on the same day?
No, that came out last week.
Okay, look at you. You're just in lines and in record stores.
I know.
And at this one, you were in line at a record store.
Yes, I was in line at a record store for that, and then I was also in line to buy tickets for the 9 Inch Nails show. I'm a slave to the music.
You're living your truth.
It's true.
Can I bring something up to you?
Okay.
What I want to do for the next podcast. And I've kind of already planned it out.
All right.
But we need to discuss it afterwards of what we want to get. And I think I mentioned this to you before, but I want us to do our own Htwow brew. I have the kit.
Oh, you want us to brew our own beer?
Yeah, I think for the next podcast, when you come next time, hopefully you get here earlier.
Brew it and then drink it on the next one? Because it takes like a month for it to ferment and whatever, right?
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, a month.
Okay, yeah.
So we will make it on the next podcast.
And then drink it on the July podcast.
Exactly.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
I think that's great.
It's easier than you think. We might.
The only time I've ever made beer, I think I've told you the story before.
Uh-huh.
We made, my old college roommate and I, his dad was into brewing beer, and we borrowed a bunch of equipment, and we wanted to make a porter.
Yeah?
I don't even like porters, but I guess at the time, we thought it was a good idea to make a holiday porter.
All right, we won't make a porter.
And it turned out tasting like soy sauce.
Well, I've made a few of these.
So you're more experienced than I. So I will just follow your lead.
Yeah, well, all I need from you is the
Golly, Barry Melrose looks like frickin' death.
Man, he looks like a vampire.
Is he immortal?
What's going on with that thing on the right side of his head? Oh,
I don't know.
All right, so we need to... What I need from you is we need to pick our flavor, and then we're going to make a bunch of them, and then
and then we'll start our own beer label, and then we'll get bought by Anheuser-Busch, and then we'll make millions of dollars.
No. But if a few people eventually want to try some, maybe we'll have a Dallas show and people can taste the Htwow summer beer. What do you think about that?
That sounds great. No, I support all of this.
Okay, let's do it. By the end of the summer, we're going to have our own Htwow brew.
That's awesome.
All right, let's move along and get to my next thing so I can
British Electric Foundation.
British Electric Foundation. All it is it's the guys that started the Human League, and they are Heaven 17. They actually did British Electric Foundation Records.
So it's just a pseudonym. It's the same exact dudes from Heaven 17.
No. British Electric Foundation does. They do all the music and they do everything, but they're cover songs, and they get famous people to come in and sing them.
Okay.
But this is way back in the 80s, and then I think they had one in the early 90s, and they might have had one recent, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, there was a 2013.
There was a British Electric Foundation thing?
Yeah, Music of Quality and Distinction, Volume 3.
Yeah, I was about to say, all of their records are called that. Music of Quality and Distinction. They like to have themes too.
Uh-huh.
But this is off the first one, and it is a Lou Reed song, and this is how I know the song. Of course, the Lou Reed one is super famous, and Duran Duran recorded it later on and became kind of a hit for them. And Lou Reed is kind of known to be kind of a jerk about things, but he loved the Duran Duran version. No one ever mentions the British Electric Foundation version, but this is the version I know. And listen to the very beginning of the song, and there's a little tidbit in there that we stole and put in something ourselves later.
Okay.
All right, so this is the song "Perfect Day" that Duran covered.
Uh-huh.
This is the version that I knew when I was a kid. I didn't know the Lou Reed version. I knew that this was a cover, of course, but I know this version of Perfect Day. It goes just like this.
Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park. And then later, when it gets dark, we go home. Just a perfect day. Feed animals in the zoo. Then later, a movie too, and then home. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Just a perfect day. Problems all left alone. Weekenders on our own. It's such fun. Just a perfect day. You made me forget myself. I thought I was someone else, someone good. Oh, it's such a perfect day. I'm glad I spent it with you. Oh, such a perfect day. You just keep me hanging on. You just keep me hanging on. Just watch your soul. You're going to read. Just watch your soul. You're going to read. Just watch your soul. You're going to read. Just watch your soul.
That was so good.
It is good. When did you say that came out?
82
Yeah.
was volume 1. Music of Quality and Distinction, volume 1.
Yeah, I mean, I know it came out in 82. I probably didn't hear it in 82. I probably heard it much later than that, but that song stuck with me for a long, long time.
You think Lou Reed ever heard that version?
I mean, of course he had to hear it, right? Because he had to approve it. Like, to let someone put it
Yeah.
on a thing. It's just, even when you look up on, Wikipedia for the song Perfect Day in different versions, this never comes up.
Really?
Yeah, the British Electric Foundation thing is like it's totally lost in all the stuff. But I remember as a kid, our friend that lived in England, that would be on a tape or something that he would have sent. That's how I knew that song, and then I revisited the actual Lou Reed version later. But I heard this the first time through this. But I pointed out the cigarette at the beginning. There's the lighting on the Home record. The song Home, we did the exact same thing because we wanted to see if someone eventually would ask us about it. And of course, they never did. No one has ever mentioned the.
Oh, so that's what you stole. Did you sample it or you recreated it?
We recreated it. I think Kirk did it. But in the studio, we wanted to do the British Electric Foundation before Perfect Day, the cigarette thing, because we thought everyone will know exactly what this is.
No one would know.
And no one knew.
Yeah, of course they didn't.
But
have you ever heard the Susan Boyle version?
Well, there's a thing on that, right? Like he wouldn't let her perform that, right?
Yeah, so I'm reading here on the wiki. In September 2010, Susan Boyle had to cancel her performance on America's Got Talent at the last minute. She had planned to sing Perfect Day, but 2 hours before the show, she was told that Lou Reed had intervened, refusing to grant her permission to perform his song.
Man, he's a...
And she and her choir didn't have time to rehearse another number, so she canceled.
Well, that's kind of on them, right? You got to clear that. You can't just...
So then, I guess a couple of weeks later, Lou Reed agreed to let her include the song on her album, The Gift. And then he also produced her music video of the song.
Well, I'm sure that the deal was he needed to hear a version of this.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, his representative said that it was a licensing glitch, that it wasn't him throwing a tantrum. But, I mean, it was probably him throwing a tantrum and then them
Well, also,
covering
he
for
needs
him.
to know you can't just throw it on him before they've worked out what he's going to get paid on the program, right? He has to give permission for that. You can't.
Yeah, but why would when she was as big as they come at that time, literally and figuratively.
Yeah, but you can't put him on the spot like that.
I know, but if he wanted to make some money,
Lou Reed doesn't need money. Are you about to play? Let me turn down the...
yeah, turn that down real quick. Let's just jam to this for a second. Get to it, Susan.
Oh, man, that's heavy.
Just a perfect day. Drink sangria in the park.
Okay, already. I don't like this version.
Then later, when it gets dark, we go home.
Yeah, that's too
Terrible.
sappy.
Gee whiz.
I think he mentioned at some point after the Duran Duran cover that he loved the Duran Duran cover and he wished that he could have, he wished his voice could have done that. Which you would think Lou Reed wouldn't probably like the Duran Duran thing, but he loved it. At least that's what I heard. I don't know. Half the things I say are things that I've heard, and they
No.
probably not.
Okay, so on the behind the music of Duran Duran, Lou Reed described the Duran Duran version of Perfect Day as being possibly the best re-recording of any of his songs.
See? Duran Duran is very underrated.
Indeed. Indeed.
Awesome.
I think we crushed it today.
We did good. We tried to make it short.
We failed.
We failed, but we had a lot to say. And we didn't even
What are you
talk
gonna
about
do?
you going to visit Manny in New York. And so
No one cares about that.
I care about it, but we'll talk about it later.
Talk about it later when we're listening to the rest of the Arctic Monkeys and Cure records.
Yeah, but right now, do you want me to, should I just kick it up?
Just kick it.
I don't know where I dropped it, but just start it.
I mean, you can fix it in post, bro.
Well, here's the swoop. Are you ready?
Yep. Do it.
Yes. Oh, we hit it right at the breakdown.
I'm standing here on the ground. The sky above,
While fall down.
seeing how we bow in all directions. Resolution of happiness. Things have been done for too long. Don't change to you. Don't change a thing. Me. Don't change to you. Don't change a thing. Me.
Here, you take this. You have another rhythm.
Don't change for you. Don't change a thing. Me.
Thank you so much for listening to the May 2018 edition of High Tea with Old Waver, otherwise known as Htwow. We appreciate you. Please tell a friend. Please go to oldwaver.com and listen to back episodes. And please make a point to join us next month for episode number 12. Can't believe it. We've made it this far together. We love you.
all I need from you is what is the
Golly, Barry Melrose looks like frickin' death.
Man, he looks like a vampire.
Is he immortal?
What's going on with that thing on the right side of his head? Oh, it
I don't
changed it.
know.